I had an epiphany this morning that I won't get into all of the legality, the legalities of it. But pain, suffering, loss, depression, love, happiness, joy, death, sadness. Sorry if I said that earlier, but whatever. All of these things are part of, oh, and suffering. All of these things, at least, the negative ones we're going to focus on, a lot of these things, all of them are part of the human experience, even the unfortunate, or what we call the unfortunate negative emotions. But when I really look at it, I think that suffering, the suffering that we see going on in the world, it is supposed to be an opportunity for us as beings of light to use that in a way to self reflect. We already know that, vessels of darkness and people of darkness, and I'm not talking about skin color, I'm talking about ignorance. Ignorance. We already know that those types of people are not going to do any forms of self reflection. But beings of light that do have consciousness, real consciousness, we're supposed to look at all of those negative emotions that I named, especially suffering. And we're supposed to say, how can I do better in the world? How can I do better for myself? How can I be of assistance to someone else who may be in need? How can I take the focus off of me selfishly and selflessly go and help someone else? And sometimes helping someone else is not giving them money. It's giving them an ear to listen to. It's giving them encouragement. Those people who are open to it. I'm not talking about going around like a religious person and trying to force your views politically, religiously onto other people. I'm talking about taking suffering in the world and using that as a reflection. We're supposed to take these negative emotions and use them as reflections on how we can do better, how we can expand our consciousness, how we can do more good per se in the world. You get what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a learning experience, a learning lesson. You can't just turn your head and say, well, that doesn't affect me. It does affect us all. It does affect you. It does affect us. As we're seeing now, we're seeing how all of these things are affecting us. So when I look at all of the things that are happening in the world, the suffering and all the pain, for me, it's always been a self reflective opportunity to see where I can do better for me and to help someone else. All of the awful things that my family did to me coming up, even though they may not think they were awful, all of the emotional abuse, all of the betrayal, all of the hatred that they directed at me, the bullying, the gang stalking, all of those things that my family did to me when I was coming up, the lack of emotional support, the haterism, how they hated on me, everything that I wanted to do. I don't transfer that to someone else that's younger than me because the fact of the matter is, a lot of older people are jealous of younger people. They're jealous of the younger generation. And I don't care who don't like what I'm saying, of course, but they're jealous. So what I did was, and this is going to be a very short video, I took all of that and I did a self-reflective ritual. And I said, you know what? I don't want to create regrets. See, my family, they've created regrets for themselves. I don't want to create any more regrets. I want to create grace. I want to create peace and happiness and joy in people's lives. That is what I want to create. So I took all of the suffering that they tried to inflict on me. I took that and I flipped it and I became something better than them. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter how many cars they have, how many homes they own. They're suffering and they are still in the same cycle of suffering that they were 20, 30 years ago. They're still in it. There is no growth. So ultimately what I'm saying is this: suffering, pain, and everything that you go through, it's an opportunity for self reflection. The pain and suffering that we see in the world is an opportunity for self reflection so you can do good in the world and so you can be better than those who try to inflict those things on you. So you can rise above it in any way that you see fit. So, again, for me, it's an opportunity to learn, it's an opportunity to grow and to understand the real truth of why we are really here on this planet, and to understand that there's going to be death, there's going to be suffering, there's going to be pain. People are going to try to tear you down, but you don't have to lay down. You can stand up strong against them. And the way you do that, or how you do that, well, one way you can do it is by not becoming what they want to create you to be, which is just like them. So just take that, and keep it in a safe place. Thank you.